Hopefully it doesn't fall.
Are we ready?
Almost.
Okay.
I'm writing as good. If I write too fast, then it just looks like a chicken just scratched all over the paper.
It's okay.
We gotta write your title in. I was trying to figure out what that was, but
I'll describe it.
There's C, right?
Yes.
And 14.
Did we not finish him on the last one? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
Ready?
Hi.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Emma Baughman. This is my 3rd year in 4-H. I'm 14 years old, and I will tell you how to fix a bolter where a horse will just run without reason and you cannot stop them. So this is my horse Ram Jim. He's an 11-year-old Stone Cabin Nevada Mustang. He had previous owners where they taught him to run through the bit, and the more pressure you put on, the faster he would run or ignore that bit. And so this is the preparation for it. So first you're going to want to rule out any health concerns you may have with them, because this is his learned experience. He has no health issues or at all that we went through. So you're going to want to get his teeth done, you're going to want to get him popped by a chiropractor, his feet done, and just check his muscles to make sure he has muscles and is ready. This is him getting his teeth done. So the tools you're going to need is a saddle horse with a lead attached to it, so they're connected in case your horse folds off, you can reel him back in. You're going to want a training fork, which is this, so it will help soften his head and lower it throughout riding. You're going to want a rough out saddle is preferred, so you can help stick to the saddle when he does run off, and a bridle that has a throat latch is preferred, so it does not fall off while you're riding. And a long line for the for anybody to hold on to, or if it's attached to that saddle horse. In new environments, to teach him he cannot get away with it anywhere. So then we're going to start the process where we started him with groundwork to build all of his confidence, and just in the ground, just rule out any issues he may have had previously there. And so then we'll move on to him running through that bit. So previously we thought he would just run off, so we'd have to just get him back going the way we want him to. But then we started to notice that he started to throw his head up and bolt, and that's how you would notice he would throw his head up. So we decided we'd try to lower it and see if that'll help, and it'll soften and make him listen to that bit. And we would reinforce that with the saddle horse, where when he ran off, we'll pull him back the other way and he cannot get away. And then we also tried flagging him every time he would go and run off at all, which only worked about 20% of the time, and it didn't improve or get any worse. And we tried a lot of different things with him to try and fix this issue, and the one that seemed to work was a training fork. So I can demonstrate how this works with my bridle. So you're going to put the reins, don't get twisted. You're going to put each rein through one of these rings up here. So you have that one. So basically, this the training fork will be attached to your cinch, so it'll go in between his 2 front legs in the chest. And I'm just going to demonstrate that with my foot. But we use the seesaw method mostly when working with them, because because you'll pull one side down so it'll lower this side, and then you'll pull the other side down so they'll realize it's like a lowering, so it'll slowly lower their head the more. And it's like horses learn from pressure and release. So you'll do that, and once he lowers his head, you let his reins go. You just let him have his mouth free so he realizes. And slowly over time, you can take the training fork off, and he'll start to respond with just 2 reins and lowering his head. And then we'll move, so it says all the things that it can do, and it can also help balance his muscles out as they build over time. So like one side's doesn't have more muscle or anything than the other, and it'll help him carry himself more balanced so he's not tripping as much, and he can just move easily more throughout. And it helps him evade the bit. It helps him not to throw his nose up, because that was one of his really big issues. I don't think I have any photos on here which shows him doing that, but we do have videos where he's just throwing his head up and just bolts to the side, and you can't get him to turn. And then, so from after the training fork, a lot of work with that, we did exposure, which he's my 4-H horse. So I've been doing him with shows and just having a lot of horses around him during 4-H practice, where he has horses running past him and he can't follow him because I won't let him. And just like, or he'll go off on his own and show everybody like how it's supposed to look, because now he's really good at his headset is like, I don't have to mess with his head at all. He'll just do it, and then I'm teaching him to be my reining horse. Yeah. And then that concludes my presentation, and that's how you fix a learned bolting behavior. Is there any questions?
How old was the horse when you bought him?
I bought him at 11 years old. I have had him about 6 months.
Okay, so
he's pretty. I got him older. He went through a lot of people before he got to me.
Oh, okay.
He was trained at a Florida prison center before I got him, and he was captured at a year old. So they trained him basically as a yearling until he was able to ride, before some lady bought him, and she sent him to a trainer to be trained, and that trainer did not get along with him and taught him how to bolt. So he went to my neighbor, and my neighbor gave him to me for Christmas.
Wow.
So yeah.
So, since the only horses I know about are the ones that run around in circles at a track.
Oh yeah, recently.
So when you say the horse just wants to bolt, does that mean he just wants to run and wants to take off?
Yes, so basically you'll try to turn him one way and he wants to go that way, so he'll bolt and you can turn his head. Like I had his head to his hip and he would just keep running sideways at an angle, so
Okay.
there's no way to really stop it without a lot of training and work on it.
Okay.
When you said run through with a bit, what kind of bit are you talking? A smooth bit, a pokey bit?
I have a O-ring smooth snaffle 2-piece.
Okay.
It's a bit that I normally start horses in.
Okay.
So, and he's still riding in the snow.
Okay, so when he runs through it, what does that mean, run through it?
He ignores any pressure on it.
Oh, okay.
And he'll, like, you can put more pressure to try and get him to listen, and he'll just go push against it further.
Okay, okay. And then on the lead that you have, like the saddle horse that you have, how long of a rope do you put between you and that if he bolts?
So usually you'll have him on a loose lead, and I'll run around that saddle horse, and the saddle horse will just like turn around with me.
Mm-hmm.
And if the horse bolts, he'll tighten that lead around the saddle horn,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll tighten as soon as he hits that lead.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so.
but usually it's loose until he goes for the bolt.
So it's like 20 feet?
Yeah, it can be any distance.
It could be any distance.
It can be any distance.
Oh, okay, okay, right.
Anywhere you want it.
So you have to train a horse not to do this kind of stuff.
I had to train him, yes. Most horses don't do it unless it's a learned behavior. He got away with it one too many times.
Okay, that's how
Yeah.
it is. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And
Yeah, he's
then-
gonna just do whatever he wants, and because they would let him get away with it, so he thought he could just still do it.
And what is flagging?
So you're gonna have a flag, and you're going to, horses tend to be kind of scared of them, and they'll listen to it as like a thing to push forward, so you'll like tell them to go forward more. or like just move your body more this way, like away from the flag. So somebody would like go at a flag with him because he was kind of scared of it at the time, so we thought we could get him to go the other way, but it didn't really work.
Because he was already afraid of the
Because-
flag to begin with?
Well, he was like scared. I think the previous trainer, since he didn't get along with him, he made him so scared to bolt that he was also scared during the bolting. So he was just like doing the thing he knows how to do the most when he's
Survival,
scared.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's it. That's all the questions I have. Any
Yeah,
other
I'm
questions?
good.
Okay.
Good. Great presentation, thank
Yes,
you.
very good. Very thorough.
Thank you, Emma.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
You bet.